Hurricane season forced many people to leave their homes behind, and for some, even their pets. These kittens at the Berkeley Humane Society are just a few of 152 pets that were flown in from Florida to the East Bay prior to Hurricane Irma, a Category 4 hurricane that happened in September. I'm Angeline Burnaby, and I'll be diving into how shelters across the country are responding to help these hurricane pets. With the anticipation of hurricanes like Harvey and Irma, many people who evacuated from the hurricanes had to temporarily leave their pets behind in shelters, in the hopes that they would be reunited later on after the hurricanes passed. The ASPCA reported that more than 1,200 animals were relocated by the response teams in Florida and South Carolina. In Florida, hundreds of pets overwhelmed shelters, which prompted shelter workers to seek help from Wings of Rescue, a group of volunteer pilots that have been actively flying out pets to shelters across the country this hurricane season. The Berkeley Humane Society in California was one of those shelters that received pets.
The need for helping animals is huge. The number of people that are being forced to leave their animals in dangerous situations, or animals who are in dangerous situations with their family, even homeless animals, is just staggering.
So why the large outpouring of help now? According to the Washington Post, after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005, federal and state policies changed in planning for pets during natural disasters. At the time, rescue efforts only took people into account, with responders sometimes turning animals away. After Katrina, the Louisiana SPCA estimated more than 100,000 pets were left behind, and as many as 70,000 died throughout the Gulf Coast. Now, more than 30 U.S. states have laws in place to address disaster planning for pets and service animals. In Texas, emergency management officials were required to plan for the humane evacuation, transport, and temporary sheltering of service animals and household pets in a disaster during Hurricane Harvey. Across the country, dozens of shelters in places like Massachusetts, New Jersey, Kentucky, Oregon, and Washington took part in the process of accommodating animals and helping them find new homes. But flying pets out from shelters in Hurricane Irma's path came with a price. This hurricane season alone, Wings of Rescue has flown more than 26,000 dogs and cats, and a single flight costs on average thousands of dollars. While the charity relies on donations, that's still $100 per pet for each flight. And Carly at Berkeley Humane says that the animals that were flown in were crammed in a single plane.
It was insane. It was like nothing I've ever experienced. Tiny little plane that was stacked maybe even 5-6 crates high.
And because of the conditions for these pets, a lot of them are still coping with the traumatic experience. Although policies were put in place for rescuers to save pets as well as people in hurricanes, many were unaware of what their options were when it came to saving their pets, and ended up abandoning them as they evacuated from the storm's path. On Twitter, heartbreaking images of pets being left behind circulated, with people warning not to abandon them in a hurricane. The Florida Health Department tweeted alerts about not abandoning pets, saying that floodwaters are not only dangerous for people, but for pets as well. Before the storm hit, animal control officers in Florida managed to rescue nearly 50 dogs and cats that were abandoned by their owners fleeing the hurricane. That number of abandoned animals is still expected to rise. And now, Palm Beach County's state prosecutor and the Animal Care Control Agency director say they intend to file felony charges against those who abandoned their pets in Florida. So what's next for all these shelters across the country that took these hurricane pets in? Well, in the East Bay at Berkeley Humane, it's now all about caring for these displaced pets and finding them homes.
We did put up 5 dogs for adoption this weekend, one of whom has already gone home to a really, really wonderful home, and I hope that the other 4 will soon.
To get involved, visit berkeleyhumane.org. Also, like what you saw, swipe up to subscribe to our channel. Till next time.